Hi, I'm Anthony Lamas with Seviche Restaurant here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm going to show you a nice Thanksgiving holiday side dish that's going to wow all your guests. We're going to take something like a southern corn pudding and just give it a little bit of a Latin spice. I like to say I'm spicing up the South. So in this case, we're going to take some beautiful fresh corn from Indiana, right across the river here. We're going to take some jalapeños that are grown from a local farmer here in Kentucky. And we're going to add these in and just give it a little dimension of flavor that's a little bit different than your normal corn pudding. So the first thing I want to do is take all my wet ingredients. So I have some beautiful farm eggs, and there's something really rich and beautiful about a nice fresh egg. The yolks, if you notice, will never break. They're really strong yolks, very tender, and they give this nice custard. It really makes a difference. So what I'm going to do right there is add in 1 quart of heavy cream. You can add milk, or half and half would be fine with this. And then I have 1/2 pound of butter. Make everything nice and rich and beautiful. And then what I'll do is I'll do the same thing with my dried. I'll start off with my flour here, and I'll add my baking powder, some just granulated sugar. It's going to bring out the sweetness in the corn. 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, and white pepper. I love white pepper because it gives it this peppery bite, but it doesn't give all those little black specks. So you're going to have this beautiful corn pudding that's still going to look beautiful and get that nice pepper flavor. I think it has a distinct flavor. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these all up before I fold them in together. So I have all the ingredients all incorporated. I have my dry ingredients, and I have my wet ingredients here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in the custard into my dry ingredients slowly. So we just have like this. Just add a little bit so we can start incorporating it. And then you can stop part ways so you can just get a nice mix. And really what you want to do is just get a smooth batter, almost like pancake batter, same consistency. And see what I'm doing here is just mixing it up really well to remove any lumps. And this is going to give you a nice, beautiful custard. And now I can just go ahead and put all the rest of the ingredients in there. So I have my custard in there. I'm going to give this a whisk. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this beautiful corn. Like I said, I took fresh corn right off the cob. I just think that the freshness is going to give it a nice bite, and you can't substitute fresh corn. So I recommend getting fresh corn for your corn puddings. Skip that whole canned cream of corn method and try my recipe. It won't fail you. Okay, so see, I've incorporated some of the corn there, well, most of it. Okay, about 3/4 of the corn. I'm going to do the same with the jalapeños. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some for the very top and to garnish at the very end. I like to put a little bit of raw stuff on top as well. This is where you can get really creative on serving. You can do an individual portions, which makes a really nice presentation because you kind of give everybody, something like this. You can do some nice cast iron skillets, or you can do a large casserole. If you want to do family style and make it easy, you can do it. But this is really nice to kind of, decide on how you want to present it. What you want to do though is I'm going to rub some butter on whatever cooking vessel that you're going to use. So I'll just show a couple different versions. I'm going to take some butter and just rub inside of your pan, your casserole pan, your individual serving. So whatever you decide to use it in, same thing with here. I'll just kind of go in here. And what we're going to do is we want to cook this for about 45 minutes. But I like to check it after about 30 minutes because your ovens can vary. This way you can kind of check it. You take a toothpick in the middle, stick it in there, and if it's dry, it's ready, or you can kind of shake it if it's still wiggly. So basically from here, all I would do is take my little mixture like this. You just want to make sure when you do this, if you're doing it into individual ones, is that you mix it up real good so you're not left with a lot more corn or less corn in some. So I kind of did a mix there. And then what we're going to do is we'll go in the oven, like I said, at 350 for about 45 minutes. And so what I like to do is I just take, if I do individual or whatever, if you do a large casserole pan, put it on a sheet tray because it's always easier to move in and out of the oven on a tray. So what I'll do is just simply put them right in here. And we'll go in the oven. Okay, so the corn pudding has been cooking for about 45 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and check this. It can vary in your oven anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, just depending on your oven. And what we have here is, look at this, beautiful. Two different options of serving an individual corn pudding with jalapeños, or you also can do like the large, more family style. So what we have here is a beautiful corn pudding. I saved a little corn and a little jalapeno because what I love to do is just do this. Add a little fresh corn on top to give it that nice little crunch. Because we've had this in the custard, so we know they're nice and cooked in there. But this is just going to add another dimension. I think food to me is all about stimulating the senses. You're going to feel it, you're going to taste it, it's getting all those textures, layering of flavor. Same thing with the jalapeno. We'll do a little fresh jalapeno on there. There's nothing better than just a little crisp jalapeno to give it that nice Latin twist. And there you have it. My jalapeno corn pudding, like we say in Latin America, buen provecho, good eating, happy holidays.